Welcome to Pullman, Washington. Martin Stadium, home to the Washington State Cougars, and the anticipation is running high on the Palouse. We've got a terrific matchup for you today, rich in pageantry and tradition, and it ought to be a fantastic clash. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Ole Miss Rebels, taking on a team from the Pac-12, the Washington State Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Washington State lined up to kick it off and get this game going. On the move from inside is 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Ole Miss offense will go to work first. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like that.
A lot of room to the right. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch.
And how about that start for this offense? You know, oftentimes you see teams just trying to get into a rhythm, maybe an easy completion to get their quarterback feeling good. Not this offense. They take a shot and find an explosive play right out of the gate.
The screen, and watch out. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Guys, let's take just a second and talk about Ole Miss. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters, and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on 4th down. He wants to go deep. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
This defense talked about it. We want to set the tone. We don't want to give up big plays. First drive, the offense tries to accomplish that. This is a big play offense. Defense does a great job staying at home, staying disciplined, and getting the INT, creating some early momentum in this football game.
Pretty good job of running to get there to the 32.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and 3rd down is coming.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Fires to the big fella. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Washington State sends the punt team onto the field. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Hauls it in and looking upfield. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win it, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end-of-season highlight reel. But in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
Looking for a man. It's Maddox. Caught near the sticks. It's Lee. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the catch. It's Lee.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Leaves it with the back. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line.
You just need more from your offensive line. Second and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up third down, and this offensive line's going to have to play a lot better here.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the fourth down.
And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. The Rebels have their offense in high gear. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Headed to the end zone, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Ole Miss! Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Washington State, 0.
He'll bring it out. It's Turner. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. He'll do it himself. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
The offense thought they had a good look to run that play into with the QB, but there's just an example of a defender winning his one-on-one battle and making a tremendous play. Great effort by that guy.
Here comes the heat. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Though there are some notable exceptions, typically great pass rushers aren't nose tackles, but that was a great pass rush.
They're not nose tackles usually, those great pass rushers, but they are grown men. I mean, those are some adults in there. Those are the 300-plus pounders that will just destroy you in the run game. But nice job using his hands, using some power to shrink that pocket and get the sack.
Washington State will have to boot it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He'll field the punt and look for room. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Already a solid start to this one, now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll snap it with a minute to play here in the opening stanza. Quarterback adapting. Trying to find his man in the middle. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
What a play by the defender there, guys. In his own end zone, the offense has taken a shot, and if that defender was just one step behind, that would have been a touchdown. But the hit forces the incompletion.
Incomplete behind the receiver. Maybe this freshman got a little too anxious. Now facing a 3rd and long. To the air, it's Maddox. The short hands, it's Alexander. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback finding his open receiver on 3rd down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is 3rd down conversion percentage. If you're a great 3rd down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill 3rd down so much in practice.
Going to sling it on 2nd down. Caught over the middle. It's Lee. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. And the Rebels headed quickly to the line. Quarterback may change this route. From the gun. He's got him. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Grabbed behind the line, it's Alexander. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels!
Number 11.
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I tell you what, showing some glimpses of why they could become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be brought down. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I think
He's going to throw deep right side. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. It's complete to the left. And eventually taken down. What about that spin move? Gives him the first down yardage. They'll snap it from the 25 here on first down. Quarterback on the keeper. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time. Offensively, the defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. Got room at the 35. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
You have got to have pass rushing lane integrity when you face this quarterback. On 3rd down, someone gets out of his gap right up the middle. It's easy for the quarterback to see. He just tucks it and takes off and picks up the first down.
Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you can tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
Some 3rd down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on 3rd down from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Kitchens. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. This offense has been sluggish, to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Unloads to the wideout. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Cougars.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Got a little room. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space, great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
Well, the play fake on the RPO bought the receiver some time to work himself open on the route. That was a man-to-man coverage on the defense. Nice job by the receiver putting his foot in the ground and separating.
Looking to throw on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking to fire. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Quickly out to the tight end. He cannot get there. It'll be fourth down. Washington State sends out the punt unit. He'll take it on the return. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Here's a heat. Looking deep down the right side. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Dropping back, it's Maddox. Pulls it in, it's Alexander. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. The Rebels will hustle to the line. Looking to throw on first down. Right on the money. At the 35, he's loose. How about this freshman leading them on the chase and making the big play after the catch?
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
It's on target and complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover and pick up the first. To the air on second down. Catch in the middle, it's Alexander. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you loved playing on teams with great offenses.
This offense has put on a display in the first half, and they have a chance to tack another one on before the break. He just kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1. Looking for just one more yard. It's second and goal. Tries again to get it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
28, Washington State, 7.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. To the air on first down. Makes the grab on the left. They've got the first down, mark it at the 26 in the waning seconds of the half. Looking downfield on first down. And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in.
You just got to have better concentration if you're the wide receiver. I know it feels like a routine completion. You still got to get two hands on the ball and look it in. That's a bad drop.
Just a short pass to the tight end. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing there.
They're going to run it. Oh, he's got some space. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Wants to go up top. Bring in the heat. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Picked off. What a play to set him up. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead. But with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they've put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
With the catch, it's Alexander. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. To the air, it's Maddox. Grabbed in the middle, it's Lee. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. He's got it on the run. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. Let's go. Right. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, fellas. Looks like you've had a very enjoyable day there today in Pullman. And this linebacker has left his big old paw prints all over this first half. He's been clogging running lanes and forcing turnovers, and even when he's not doing something that shows up on the stat sheet, he's preventing that offense from doing so. A young man with all-American potential. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas on the Palouse at Morton Stadium.
And the Rebels will boot it away to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone, it's Turner. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece, and I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. The Cougars are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an...
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Washington State sends the punt team onto the field.
Number 98 on to kick it away.
Makes the catch and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Rides to back and leaves it. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Kept it on the ground on 1st down. Now back to the line. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Look out, he's got room. There he goes. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and is going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that 1st down.
The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half.
Timeout, Ole Miss.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. Back to throw, it's Maddox. Makes the grab, it's Lacey. Turning on the Jets. Touchdown, Rebels. A great catch and run for 6.
And it's been more of the same in the 2nd half for this offense, doing whatever they wanted. What a start to the season, man. This is exactly what you draw up. Everything they drew up in the offseason has worked in game 1, and that's why they are dominating this football game.
Washington State, 7.
Coming out with it, it's Turner. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. On the run, it's Turner. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. And the Cougars now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. 2nd down, they'll go to the air.
Man, this defense has played so well, and this offense, they've struggled. They haven't executed greatly. They're going to have to do it against a really good defense who continues to apply pressure. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback a little better.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. From the gun to give, looking for room. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the 1st down? Washington State will have to boot it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He's got great speed, and the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They've been dominated, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that rep.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. It'll be 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Maddox. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Might be calling a hot route. On 4th down, looking to pass. Fires to the wideout. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. Wants to go up top on 1st down. A little screen to the running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. Washington State sends out the punt unit. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Books it all the way in and now turns his attention upfield. He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4 downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
To the air, it's Maddox. That's caught. It's Alexander. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
3rd down coming up after the completion. Quarterback making checks. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Caught close to the marker, it's Alexander. He works his way up to the 33 and is pushed out of bounds. The Rebels will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got a man, it's Alexander. Finally forced out of bounds, maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. That's caught. It's Lee. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Offense picking up steam. 1st and 10 from the 31. Makes the grab. It's Alexander. Breaks into the open. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Rebels started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Hauls it in. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
6. Brings up 2nd down.
We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. And this beatdown is close to completion as we reach the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Just keeps slinging it. Fires to the end zone. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6.
I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can't pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. Going for 6. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Rushes on him. Takes a shot as he throws, and it never had a chance. Incomplete. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. The Cougars are backed up. They can feel the shadow of their own goalpost and trying to create some room. Looking to pass. It's Duggar. They get to him as he throws. Finds a man on the right. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. First down, 10 yards to go. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Caught behind the line. It's Kane. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's fourth down.
I think moving forward on third down, this offense is going to have to be a little bit more aggressive and try to throw it vertically. You start throwing the ball around the line of scrimmage against these guys, they've got way too much speed, and you saw it right there.
On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. They recovered their own fumble, but they'll still have to give up the football and turn over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. This offense has it with really good field position. Steps away. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. And it's picked off for the third time today. He goes out of bounds, but what a play to create a sudden change opportunity. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stands.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This is a designed run. Turning it on! They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Cougars, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Looking for a man. It's Duggar. Got his man downfield. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance. Washington State ready to go with another first down. Give to the running back. Not much room to run. Let's give him one to the 33. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Wants to fire on 2nd down. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
I think the thing that's so impressive about this defense, it's not just the athleticism and the ability to get to the quarterback, it's the variety in the ways they can do it. Sometimes it's a 4-man rush, sometimes it's a 3-man rush, sometimes it's all-out blitz. But with the speed they have, especially in that front seven, it has been a nightmare for this offense. They've given up sack after sack after sack in this game.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. A shot toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. At the 40, there he goes. He's loose. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just added their total.
Well, these players came together. I've been so impressed, not just by the talent, but also by their composure. Handling this kind of environment in the first game of the season, this says a lot about the leadership in that locker room.
Ole Miss 42, Washington State 7.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. And let's see what kind of ball plays this offense has ready. They'll leave it with him. Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Oh, he's got some space. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of him.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the...
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. And the Cougars have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Caught in the backfield, it's Cade. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. The Cougars come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss. The punt team makes its way onto the field. He's got it. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he's stopped. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. With this big cushion they're working with, Jesse, they're ready to send these fans toward the exits.
And you know the coaching staff has got to be so happy with how this offense has been able to come out here on the road, fight the crowd noise, and execute at such a high level, David.
Yeah, just dominate the football game. And now, listen, it's mode where I can run the football, run out the clock, watch this game go to zeros and get the done.
Makes the grab. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. The Rebels moving quickly to the line. Dropping back, it's Maddox. Grab near the sticks, it's Odom. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. And the Rebels with the 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a space. He's got it on the move. Couldn't quite get it into the end zone. He goes out of bounds at the 3, but they are in business. Looking to throw again. Unleashes to the end zone. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
They're working that left side. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. Try to barge their way in. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And add it on again. This offense has done whatever they want, however they want, and this lead has ballooned. When you start a season off, you want to build momentum. You want to defeat an opponent and beat them badly. That's exactly what they've done. This team looks ready to compete for a national championship.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Looking for a crease to the left. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. Great job in the base defense making a play.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Cougars come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Snagged in the middle, it's Robinson. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. And the Cougars just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. To the air, it's Duggar. Fires to the tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. 2nd down coming up. Off play action. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Motion from the wideout. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
And after this play, the cake will be baked. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as the players. You come out, you have so